Okay, hey guys, sorry it's black because I don't know how to do it like this. I'm reading a book because I'm bored. I'm on chapter 23. It's Wings of Fire, the Dark Secret. This is book 4, and the story I was writing in the notebook, this is what it's based on. So chapter 23, I'm like almost done with it. Sorry it's in the middle of the book because I have a lot of reading time in class and school. So I've been reading it. So we're in chapter 23. Basically, Starflight, one of the Nightwings, Dragonets of Prophecy, was captured by his tribe, the Nightwings, and he was forced to live there, and then he escaped with a friend, and now he's back in the rainforest with his original friends. Chapter 23. Sunny spread her warm golden wings, and Starflight fitted his own wings around hers for a hug. It always felt exactly where he should be, even if just for a moment. I'm so glad you're alright, she said, stepping back and examining him for injuries. I was checking on webs, and then the Skywing came in, of all things, and I was showing the healers how to get the cactus milk into his wound, and someone said 2 Nightwings brought him in, and I knew it must be you. You knew I wanted to go through and find you, but Glory said no. She wrinkled her snout at the new queen. Glory was right. It's too dangerous there, Starflight said. Oh, please, where have we been lately that isn't dangerous? Sunny said, all the more reason we should go rescue you. Although I wasn't really worried, because of course you had to be fine so we could fulfill the prophecy, right? And look, you rescued yourself, which is so impressive. And sorry guys, I'm kind of like losing my voice because I'm like talking a lot. So it may be a bit fuzzy. Starflight guessed that the grin on his face was probably a little goofy, but he couldn't seem to squelch it. And you are? Fate Speaker interjected, clearing her throat and sliding so close to Starflight that she bumped one of his wings. I'm Sunny, said the little sand wing. She tilted her head at Fate Speaker. Wow, your silver scales are so cool. That one looks like a bracelet, like you were born with your own treasure. Fate Speaker's wings relaxed a little. She held out her talons to peer at the anklet of Starbright scales. I never thought of it like that. I was about to say your scales are a great color. All the sand wings I've met were short, pale, and dusty looking. I know I'm weird, Sunny said agreeably. You're the alternative Nightwing, right? Glory said Starflight had lots of nice things to say about you. Fate Speaker gave Starflight a delighted look that made him unaccountably nervous. What was it like growing up in the towns of Peace Camp? So bizarre, Fate Speaker said, folding her wings and leaning towards Sunny. We were always moving so no one could find us, and everyone talked about peace, but it seemed like we were doing was all avoiding soldiers and waiting for the prophecy to come true. But it must have been amazing to live with so many dragons from different tribes, Sunny said, her eyes shining. You would get to see what really makes them different in the ways they're all the same, too. I was thinking about that, Fate Speaker said. I was the only Nightwing, so I was trying to figure out which other tribe I was most like. But you could find something in common with all of them, Sunny guessed. Exactly. Alright, Gloria interrupted. As strangely adorable as you two are, I need you to either go away and discover your twin souls somewhere else, or focus on battle planning with me. Battle planning, Fate Speaker said, and Sunny said something I'm not word. Glory gave Starflight an odd, somewhat amused look, and he shifted uncomfortably. Although he wasn't sure why, he liked that Fate Speaker and Sunny liked each other, but it also made him weirdly uneasy. Lucky at that moment, Mangrove arrived with the elegant older dragon Starflight had seen in Kinkaju's dream. Let's take this meeting to the tunnel, Glory said. I do tsunamis and clays and put 2. She gathered her wings and soared up the balcony into the trees. Fate Speaker and Sunny, Fate Speaker and Sunny went next, talking to each other as they flew. Starflight followed, trying to keep his mind on the impending attack. Only a few minutes of sunshine and fresh air, and he was already finding it hard to believe what he'd gone through on the Nightwing Island, or that an army of angry dragons was preparing to destroy all of this before the next sunrise. Once they were all gathered within sight of the tunnel, but out of hearing distance to be safe, Gloria had Starflight explain everything he'd heard in the council chamber. So at least some of them are afraid of us, she said when they finished. I'd say most of them are, Starflight said. I mean, I think that's the whole reason they've been kidnapping Rainwings and studying them, and why they haven't attacked before. They're terrified of your venom. Gloria showed her teeth and hissed. They should be. Yours, maybe, Tsunami said, but the rest The rest of these dragons, I really can't guarantee that any of them will use it on another dragon, even in a life or death situation. They've been told their whole lives to never ever use it, as a weapon. I've done my best, but you try changing an entire tribal philosophy of life in 3 days. I know, Clarice is starting to pace, which I'm not even sure we should, Sunny interjected. I like their philosophy. I could do it, Granger said. Attack another dragon with my venom, I mean for the sake of my tribe, but I agree that the others would have trouble. She glanced at Mangrove. I'd try, he said, for Orchid. She's really still alive? He asked Starflight. I'm waiting for you, Fate Speaker said. Starflight told her you were looking for her, and she said she'd survive until you came. A faint wave of pink rippled across Mangrove's scales. I'm worried about attacking first, Clay said. We'd have to come out of the other end one at a time. If they're smart, they'll be waiting, and then they can pick us off one by one. But if we wait here and let them attack, we could do that to them instead. We'd be in the stronger position. I don't want them in my rainforest, Glory snapped. If they think they're losing, they'll set the whole place on fire. It should be horrible. Besides, we have to go there to rescue the Rainwings. Even if we drive back their attack, we'd still have to go through at some point, and we'll have wasted resources on our defense. Now we go to them. No, we go to them first. We just have to find a way to get everyone past the guards at the entrance. I have an idea, Sunny said. Changing your scales will help, Tsunami said at the same time. They won't see the Rainwings coming along the tunnel if you're all camouflaged. Maybe we burst out and start attacking and hope we survive. We surprise them. Doubtful, Starflight said. Once Mousehare figures out I went through, he'll be on high alert at the tunnel opening. I think it's a good idea, said Sunny. The one I have, I mean. We need to choose bravest Rainwings for the first wave. Laura said, Tsunami, I want you to make a list for me, based on what you've noticed during training. Tsunami sword. A brave list might be asking a lot. You can have a less sleepy than the others list. One does not speak to a queen that way of her citizens, said Cutoff. Gloria said with a mock heightness. Whatever. Then lapsed back into her regular voice. Anyway, I think the Rainwings will surprise you. I've been meeting them all one by one as fast as I can, and they're a lot more complicated than they seem. Doesn't anyone want to hear my idea? So yes, I do, said Starflight, but Gloria was already speaking to Mangrove. We have to make sure that we pair up related Rainwings in each squadron, so there's always someone to counteract the venom if there's an accident. I know Sunny's been taking notes on that, so make sure we use her chart when we form the squadrons. With a stab of jealousy, Starflight saw Sunny leaning toward Clay and whispered in his ear. Sometimes it seemed to him as though Sunny and Clay were always together, like the Mudwing was the one she could trust more than any other dragon. He wished he could be that for her instead, but he wasn't anything like Clay, and the truth was, if he had to choose someone to trust with his life, he'd pick Clay over himself as well. I don't know how to prepare them to fight Nightwing fire, Sunny said, a little hopelessly. Most of these dragons have never seen fire. They'll probably think it's shiny and pretty and try to touch it. Glory coiled her tail and stared at the sky through the trees. Starflight guessed from her expression that she was thinking about how Rainwings were going to die. There is no way to avoid it. Becoming queen of an entire tribe all of a sudden was hard enough, but leading dragons into battle, especially woefully unprepared dragons, was something none of the dragonettes knew anything about or ever wanted to do. He wanted to stop the war, not start a whole new one. Do the Rainwings have any chance against the armor-clad fiercely despite violent, unhappy Nightwings? Are we all going to die today? We're all the dragonettes. We shouldn't be lead anyone to their deaths. But this is happening no matter what we do. We have no choice. I tried to draw a map of what I could remember of the island, Gloria said to Starflight. I want you to fill in as many details as you can. I guess we should have several dragons go straight to the prison caves and try to free the trapped Rainwings. Queen Splendor is inside the fortress, Starflight said, in the same dungeon as Deathbringer. Oh, Thor said, and several colors shifted across her scales once. So another wing should go in there. Maybe Tsunami can lead that group. Sleeping darts, Clay suddenly yelled, making everyone jump. Gloria stared at him. What? Those sleeping darts the Rainwings used to knock us out when we first got to the rainforest, Clay said. mentioning for it. Sunny says the healers have hundreds of them. The Rainwings use them all the time. They play this game where they try to sneak up on each other before getting shot. That's true, Mangrove said, lashing his tail. And we take turns patrolling so we can shoot strange dragons who come into the forest like you five, which is even more fun. Every Rainwing already has a blowgun, Sunny said. Arm them all with as many sleeping darts as they can carry, and use those instead of fighting. Instead, Glory flared her wings, turning dark purple with lightning bolts of excited gold along her scales. This is exactly how Rainwings should fight. It was Sunny's idea, Clay said, nodding down at the sandwing. Maybe we can do this without casualties, Glory said animatedly. Clay and Sunny, you're in charge of arming all the Rainwings. Get all the sleeping darts you can find. Mangrove, I can't say her name. It's time to tell the village. Everyone who's willing to fight, meet by the stream here in 1 hour. We're doing this before nightfall. She turned to Starflight as the others flew up. Let's review the map. Tell me everything you know. Snowman rolled a giant leaf with a sketchy map of the Nightwing Island marked out on it in some kind of dark fruit ink. War is coming. There's no time to be scared, Starflight told himself as he leaned over the map. You can't be the most cowardly dragon in Pyro right now. Remember, you've read all the history scrolls you could find about famous battles. Now use that knowledge. It's time to prove that you really do belong in this prophecy. And then that's chapter 24. I'll read that some other time, because I'm actually, really losing my voice. So, comment, you're not going to do that stuff. Subscribe, you're not going to do that stuff, I know it. Bye.